Alrighty guys, welcome back. We've got another round of updates in this Hassan stuff. And you know, I go to sleep at night thinking like, okay, finally, maybe this is over. Like it's not going to keep getting worse, right? And then I wake up the next day and I check out the news. And in fact, it is still getting worse. We've got Techie here saying another Hassan leak, quote, I don't care if they bite Kaya. It's hilarious when she's afraid. What the frick, bro? I instantly like couldn't believe what I just read and said out loud. Like, what is wrong with this dude?
Kaya is really funny when she's scared. Being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. No, I want her to bite her. What do you mean?
So yeah, as you can see here, there is a chatter saying, highlighted, are you not scared of her actually biting Kaya? You're probably right. I'm not being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. To which, as you just heard, Hassan responds by saying that he wants Kaya to get bit. And before that, talking about how he finds it funny when Kaya's scared. And Hassan didn't stop there either. He went on for like another minute talking about how hilarious it is to watch his dog get bit, that he just loves watching this.
Planet. Oh, Fiona, stay in there. She needs to learn. See? See? She wants out.
And there's a few seconds of dead air here, so yeah, just filling in the audio.
See?
The wind, children.
Did you see that? I want you guys to see what happens when she actually gets scared. It's so fucking funny.
Now, to be fair, on one hand, there's nothing wrong with having two puppies and trying to get them used to each other and getting used to being around dogs, right? That is completely normal. But here's where it gets a bit more complicated, to put it nicely, because Hassan is actually not sitting there trying to get the dogs to get along, right? He is actually doing the opposite. He says he likes it when Fiona is biting Kaya, and he finds it funny. So this is significantly different from, again, trying to get two dogs used to each other, trying to get the dogs to bond together. He's actually advocating for the opposite of that. And then we've got another glowing take here from a Hassan defender. Spill.gg wrote, Hollow Knight speedrunner BlueSR calls Hassan shock allegations, quote, right-wing misinformation, unquote. Oh, wow, that's original. So yeah, according to this guy's bio, I guess he's a Hollow Knight and Silksong speedrunner and YouTuber.
He famously shocks his dog. Me when I believe every little bit of right-wing misinformation on the internet. Me when I get all of my information from Asmongold and company. Anyway, let's move on.
Then one day ago, we can see that someone actually commented on one of his videos saying, there is clear-cut proof of Hassan shocking his dog, by the way. Another user saying that they got banned for saying that in his chat. And furthermore, that Twitch actually proceeded to tag that user as a bot and then permanently banned his account because of it. Well, Blue actually saw that comment chain and issued a response there. BlueSR saying, I should not have commented or made an assumption about a situation I know very little about. I do not actively follow any of the creators relevant to the issue. Apologies, I'll be more careful next time. If it's true as you say, that is very reprehensible as animal abuse is really bad. Additionally, I really don't want to be involved in streamer drama. Obviously, calling the clear-cut animal abuse just right-wing misinformation is an extremely unwise thing to say and isn't doing Kaya any favors. It's also kind of funny that he says he doesn't want to be involved in streamer drama, but he specifically went out of his way to mention Asmongold in a negative light when the context was Hassan hurting his dog, and it had nothing to do with Asmon. And then would you look at that, 55 minutes ago, Blue actually issued another response, a pinned comment he made that says, hey everyone, I realize I messed up a bit in this VOD and seemingly got myself involved in some streamer drama. I made a comment on a situation I had barely seen glimpses on and made an assumption that it wasn't true, which was a mistake on my part. I should not have commented on it at all, and that was really stupid and irresponsible. I do not follow any of the creators involved in this actively, and so I should not have commented at all. Oh well, you live and you learn. Obviously, all and any animal abuse is deeply reprehensible and should be condemned strongly. The only response at the moment here saying you can't just end this statement with moving on when animal abuse is happening. Come on, man. Well, at least he's kind of owning up to what he said, which is certainly better than the likes of Sasha Grey, Vanilla Mason, Caroline Kwan, etc., etc. You know, that whole LA streamer crew who are like all in, all chips on the table defending Hassan. At the same time, though, doing better than those people is an extremely low bar. A few more here. Let's take a look at this. That's fine. At least now you're looking at it with a more objective view. Another one just posting freaking, oh my gosh, dude. That's messed up, bro. But like, yeah, you can see it's like angry electric dog. So it's like Hassan electrocuting the dog in emoji form. And the final comment here saying, I don't watch Hassan, guys. I just verbatim copied his talking points for his defense. And I don't want to be a part of streamer drama, guys. Haha, I just wanted to voice my uninformed opinion on it and not receive any consequences, teehee. And then we've got this. Cutie Cinderella regrets telling the truth about the caller. Now, really quick, there's been a 15-second or so clip going around of Cutie defending Hassan and accidentally exposing him about the tape on the caller. And I played that clip and talked about it the other day. However, I got some very informative comments on my channel telling me that her full take is actually much worse and that I could find that full take on Silky's channel. So I appreciate the info, and now I have the full take, which I'll play here. A few key things to watch out for. 1, she holds a sign that she wrote that says, anyone clipping this is a PDF file, which is obviously a beyond dumb and ridiculous thing to say, and it's astonishing how people continue to water that down. And 2, she actually does say that the collar has both a vibrate and a shock function. She goes on to try to defend Hassan by saying that the prongs were removed though, as if that means he always had them removed and never shocked Kaya despite having a remote and collar that clearly can shock her. So yeah, of course it doesn't work like that. I'll play like 3 to 4 minutes of this VOD now, so you can see how bad this is for yourself. And she does actually keep going, but by that point, you know, after 3 to 4 minutes of this, I heard enough. So yeah, thanks for understanding.
He's an African.
So he's spelled pedophile?
What?
Okay. So what I have to say about the shock collar
That's not how you spell pedophile. You know,
I don't know how to spell pedophile.
it's fine.
It's my first
How
thing.
you feel about the Hassan shot collar situation?
Here's the deal. I have been to Hassan's house every day for the past every week for the past 2 years, okay?
Okay.
I have never seen the dog get shocked. That's my take.
Whoa.
I've never seen the dog
But what about
get
the clip
shocked.
though? What about the clip?
The
though?
clip is insane.
Okay.
Like, the clip looks awful. He has a vibrating collar, and it looks like, I've seen it, because guys, I'm a psychopath. I love dogs, okay? You've seen me baby my dog. No, it's just so annoying because people have made it so much better. You're probably right. If you clip this, you're a pedophile. Anyway, so what I had to say, I went to his house, I looked at the collar. The collar is taped off where I think there would be prongs.
Yes.
There's no zap. There's only a vibrate function.
Yeah.
So I would agree to that. If I didn't have like my own collar and I put it over like my hoodie and shock myself on level 10 and it almost took off my neck. I'm not gonna lie.
No, there's no shock. Like the electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Like it's only a vibrates. Like there's a setting for vibrate and there's a setting for
True,
shock.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
So there's only since the prongs are in it, it only vibrates.
So what you're saying is,
But that whimper couldn't have been due to a vibrate. I don't think there's any way.
Well,
Alrighty, I'm going to skip ahead like the next minute. As you can see, though, she clearly says that the collar is not just a vibration collar, that it is a shock collar, but it's okay because the prongs were removed. And as I already mentioned earlier, that doesn't refute anything in the past that may have happened to this dog with the shock collar potentially being used. But then she goes on to say something really crazy as well, which is she says it's almost as if people want the dog to be shocked. Yeah, because showing concern and compassion for this dog is the same thing as wanting it to be shocked. I don't even understand this logic. I'm like messing up my own words trying to understand this as I talk about it. So I'm just gonna play the clip. Here you go.
I'm just like, I don't want to be in the clips. I understand it makes people very angry. It feels like at this point people would like the dog to have been shocked.
Because they're gonna clip it.
They're so exactly.
Like so, like into it, like they're so into that clip. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I genuinely, and I say this, like I think the clip looks insane. I promise I went and I'm a psycho and I looked at the collar. It doesn't have electric prongs on it, and then he has the thing with the vibrate, and that's all I know.
Yeah, the remote with the vibrate function that definitely can't shock and somehow also controls his remote controlled gait or whatever. Like, bro, this damage control has been such a joke from these people. Yeah, speaking of which, by the way, guys, that clip I just showed you, that's actually all fake. It's all AI. It's the right-wing misinformation, the right-wing AI-generated Cutie Cinderella saying all that. It's just fake. It's the far right. And somehow Asmongold's also responsible for this, He's just a big hater of Hassan. He's too mean to Hassan, guys. It's not... I can't. All right, let's move on to the next clip. Obviously, I'm doing a bit. I'm joking. But yeah, that context takes us back over here. Cutie regrets telling the truth about the color, and she's mad about getting clipped. I guess she really thought holding up a sign that accuses any clipper of being a PDF file was really gonna like stop people from clipping her or something. I don't even know. Let's take a look at this.
Wait, Lover, you said you want to do a stream with me too? I'm down.
Not after that clip you farmed on me, you asshole.
What? I didn't even form a clip. What clip? What clip?
Bro, you're farming clips on my girl, man.
I didn't even form a clip on her, man.
I did.
I told her how to get sturdy.
What'd you do?
Jason, I want you to know I got home and I said to Letta, I said, Jason wasn't there to save me.
It's Ron and Lacey.
Wait, was it about
Ron or Lacey, you brought it up, silky little bitch.
It wasn't even me, it was Rage that brought it up.
Hold on.
I did
All
hear
I said
Rage.
was like, how do we all feel about the situation?
He brought it up.
Okay, so there you go. I trimmed the clip down a little bit because they kept talking over each other, but clearly you can hear Cutie on call saying she's being clip farmed, etc., etc. And it sounds like Ludwig is in the background or something, and he's saying stuff like, "You're farming clips on my girl." Like, bro, no one is farming clips. She's a grown woman who decided to comment on this on her own accord, just like she decided to hold up that weird sign for whatever reason. Like, imagine doing all that and then trying to blame other people. It's just astonishing. And then we've got one more update on Valkyrae. This is going back a little bit though, so I don't know if update's the right word, but let's just say like a resurfaced clip of Valkyrae that shows a contradiction in what she said about Asmongold the other day. So this post is titled, "Valkyrae admits she doesn't agree with things Asmon says," day before apologizing when she claimed to not know the things that Asmongold has said.
Ray, the hate you're getting right now is crazy after reaching to Asmon. Guys, listen, I don't agree with many things that he says, but I was looking for an LSF Reddit expert. I asked two people. I asked Nick and Asmon, and they both said to not respond to the thread because I didn't know if it was a good idea or not. Like, I don't know, man. I just wanted advice because I didn't know what to do. I'm just gonna get hate no matter what I do, bro. I don't know.
Grown woman can't condemn animal abuse and can't even make her own decisions, apparently. Wonderful. Oh, but you know what she will do? She will tell you what your political beliefs should be. And then we've got this, which I believe is the last thing we'll take a look at in this video, unless I find something else. But at the moment, this is going to be the last thing. And so, Yeet over here posts, Hutch reacts to Taylor Lorenz defending Hassan in her latest video. Here she claims the collar prongs would be basically impossible to solder down. And I guess he says, what she just said is so embarrassingly not true. This is embarrassing. She's a journalist, bro. And so, yeah, we've got like a 1.5 minute clip here, give or take some change. And yeah, for anyone who doesn't know who Taylor Lorenz is, she's a complete corpo journalist. So this is just perfect. This is the exact sort of person in the media you would expect to be running defense for Hassan. Now, to be quite frank, one more thing I'll mention really quick. It would be better for me and probably for you guys if I actually like watched her video and commented on it myself and, you know, went through her claims piece by piece, but I'm already getting a headache going over the stuff we already have, man. I don't want to be sitting here for too much longer going over this nonsense. I can't believe these people. I mean, I can, but, you know, figure of speech. So I'm going to settle with watching this clip from Hutch and leave it there. If I was a streamer, I would probably just do a stream going over that video of hers, but alas, I'm not. And yeah, I'm ready to like go outside and get some fresh air after all this. So thank you guys so much for understanding. I hope you've been enjoying the video though. Let's take a look at this clip.
House stream, bad actors attempted to leverage the fact that he put a small piece of tape on the back to conceal his phone number, which is like written in Sharpie on the back of the little
I don't even know where she came up with that. Like, what are you talking? When did he say that?
Vibration box as evidence that he somehow secretly modified and soldered down shock collar prongs, something that would basically be like impossible to do, like impossible.
This what she just said is just so embarrassingly not true. Like, this is so embarrassing. She's a journalist. She's a fucking journalist, bro.
Pause here to say that I've met Kaya IRL. I have never seen her in a shock collar. I've spoken to people who have walked Kaya, babysit Kaya, probably spent hundreds of hours with this dog. And according to everyone I spoke to, in 0 instances has she ever been abused. Not a single guest on Piker's Twitch stream in the years and years and years that he's had Kaya.
Again, just copy paste the same rhetoric and imagine she was talking about like Hassan's spouse. And you'll understand just how deranged this sounds. You know, you would never say that because it's like, well, you can't know. you know, just because you've met Kaya a few times or something, like you can't know. You can't even claim to know. Like your input means literally nothing. If you're trying to make the case that like, oh, well, you know, I watched him, you know, like for a weekend and he wasn't wearing a collar, so, you know, case closed. Like that means nothing. That's just completely valueless commentary. All right.
That was only 30 seconds of her actual video when you subtract the commentary from Hutch, and I can't believe how many terrible points she fit in that quickly. Imagine the full damage control video. So she refers to people condemning animal abuse as bad actors. Isn't that something? And it's hilarious how all the pics that she included of Kaya and Hassan to try and appeal to viewers' emotions actually just makes Kaya look like she's begging for someone to please rescue her. And the only pic where Kaya didn't look like that was the pic when she was still a puppy. In other words, when she still hadn't experienced what it's really like living with Hassan. On that note, Hutch made a great point. Just because he might be treating her better around people when they're over doesn't verify at all what's going on behind closed doors, and yet she'll still try and invalidate that to run defense for dude. Then there's the claim that she made about the number on the collar, which, yeah, where did she even get that from? It's like she pulled that one out of a hat or something. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the entire video, she never addresses the other problems with how Hassan forces her to sit there for hours and hours upon end, not so much as allowing her to stretch or get water when she wants it. You know, all the same sort of cherry-picking issues that we've talked about from everyone who's running defense for Hassan. Anyways, I'll leave it there, guys, but as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my coverage, and consider letting us know what you think about all this in the comments. I'll see you there, and in the next one, have a great day.